Business Studies 1A. Business Objectives. A mission statement is a summary description of the key objectives of a business entity. Purpose of a mission statement. Set out purpose of the business, attract customers, document main aims, attract shareholders/investors, provide insight on long-term objectives, publicize goals and aspirations of the business, motivate employees. Good mission statement is a clear sense of purpose, excites, inspires, motivates, and guides. It's easy to understand and remember, differentiates from competitors, and is for all stakeholders. Criticisms of a mission statement. Not always supported by actions, too vague and general, merely statements of the obvious, just PR, regarded cynically by staff. Mission statement benefits. Assists management team to focus on main purposes of the business, summarizes aims of business, allows management to think about long-term plans/strategies, motivation of staff, attracts publicity for the business. Drawbacks of a mission statement. Inability to relate to actual decision-making process, inability to clearly distinguish the purpose of the business, staff not motivated by mission statement, negative publicity attracted if goals stated fail to be achieved, variation between stated and actual aims. Business objectives. A goal a business is seeking to achieve. Survival. Ensure the business continues to operate. This can be because it is a new start to the business, it is undergoing a takeover, or a failing business. Profit maximization. Business yields maximum available profits due to reduced costs. Growth. Measurement of sales quantities, revenue, profit levels, or market share. Corporate image. Companies fear consumers who have a negative view of them will not purchase their products. Ethical responsibility. Based on their beliefs how one should treat the environment and other people. SMART targets. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timed. Factors determining business objectives. Owners. Shareholder power. Shareholders. Size. Pressure groups. Pressure, internal and external. Risk. Avoiding and risk-taking. Culture of the business, and market share. Short-term objectives are objectives designed to be achieved in a period of up to 1 year. Long-term objectives are designed to be achieved in a period beyond 1 year. Conflict is contradiction of ideas or objectives, which generally mean one objective cannot be achieved or that it might be achievable at the expense of another objective. External factors of conflict. Competition, government policy, economy, ethics. Stakeholder objectives. Stakeholder, a person or group of people who has direct influence on a business entity. Stakeholder groups. Internal are owners, managers, employees. External, suppliers, customers, creditors, society, and government. Owners are the most powerful stakeholder group. Management team are typically responsible for making decisions in a business. Employees make decisions on behalf of their employers, complete key objectives of the business. Suppliers, initial link in the supply chain. Customers, end consumer of the product or service. Creditors, provisions of financial resources. Government, power of that government might exert depending on legislative regime in place. Society, relationship between a business and society in general. Conflict and stakeholder groups. Business expansion versus higher short-term profit. job losses versus keeping jobs. Stakeholder approach advantages: positive attitude from employees and easier recruitment of staff, positive public relations, increased levels of customer satisfaction. Conflict can lead to extra costs. Disadvantages of stakeholder approach: very time consuming, more costly as additional arrangements needed to be careful not to make available confidential information. The handy model: power culture, role culture, task culture, and person culture. The power culture enables quick decision making, experts make the decisions, and saves money on wages. Employees do not develop skills, little to no teamwork, customer focus can be lost. Role culture: staff are motivated, communication improved, more informed decision making. However, the decisions are slower, there are higher wages, and less experienced members of staff making the decisions. Task culture: best quality possible, better communication, specialised staff. Costs increase due to wages, conflict can arise, and teams difficult to monitor. Person culture: quality of work is high, premium prices can be charged, customer loyalty plus satisfaction is high, staff turnover is also high, little to no teamwork, and conflict can arise between individuals. The Hofstede model: organizational effectiveness, customer orientation, control, focus, approachability, management, acceptance of leadership style, identification of organization. Importance of business culture: decides the way employees interact, promotes healthy competition, creates brand image, bring employees on a common platform, culture which extracts best out of each team member. Factors influencing culture in a business: leadership and management style, policies and practice, type of work, founding member influence, policies and practices. Reasons to change culture: improved business performance, respond to significant change, correct illegal activities, address unethical activities, evidence of dysfunctional culture. Methods of culture change: recognize what contributes to make the culture matter, invest and nurture the desired culture, aim to maintain cultural distinctiveness and competitive edge. Ways of culture and effective change. External surveys: how happy employees with pay and benefits, level of engagement employees have from their organisation, how employees feel about head of the organisation, what employees feel about training and future prospects. Benefits of changing culture: motivates workers, reinforces values of the organisation, may improve work relationships, provides a sense of identity, helps management set strategies. Problems of changing culture: culture clash, forces resisting change, loyal to existing relationships, fear of change, and cost of retraining staff. Internal factors influencing objectives: quality of staff, level of finance, company size, management style, mission statement. External factors influencing objectives: technology, competitor actions, suppliers, levels of customer trend, ability to attract potential shareholders. Business Studies 1B. Methods of communication: numerical, written, technological, verbal, non-verbal. Technological communication. Advantages: better advertising, instant access, sped up communication, global market, keep people up to date, better feedback. Disadvantages: training costs, reliability and breakdown, privacy and security, less face-to-face contact, cost of technology, changes in workplace. Communication channel / direction. Downward vertical, upward vertical, horizontal, and diagonal. Choice of medium of communication. Confidentiality, urgency, cost, number of recipients, length of message. Barriers to communication. Imprecise message, unclear message, too many parties involved, trust, noise, sending information to the wrong party, poor technology, if receiver is prepared to listen to a message or not, lack of feedback, and jargon. Economies of scale. Increase in the number of units produced cause a decrease in average cost of each unit produced. Technical economies of scale, marketing economies of scale, financial economies of scale, purchasing economies of scale, managerial economies of scale, and risk-bearing economies of scale. External economies of scale occur outside a firm but in an industry. Investment in better transport, network servicing for an industry, investment in industry-related infrastructure, development of research and development facilities, relocation of component suppliers and other businesses, clustering of businesses in a geographical location. Diseconomies of scale. Cost per unit increases as output expands. Coordination, motivation, communication, control. Business Studies 1C. Business plan summarizes the key objectives and the main plans likely to be followed in order to reach objectives. Strategic planning is planning long-term objectives and initiatives to achieve them. Tactical planning is day-to-day, short-term focus. Stakeholders invested in business plan. Employees, shareholders, suppliers, customers, investors / banks, and the local community. Contents of a business plan. Company name plus address, table of contents, business description, products and services provided, sales and marketing, finance, cash flow and profit loss forecast, non-disclosed statements, executive summary, management and personal. The market, operations, risk analysis, appendices. Benefits of business plan. Make business decisions effectively and more clearly, provides insight on key strategic decisions, budget and plan resources to achieve key objectives, enables management team to secure finance, able to compare actual performance to planned in order to see how to improve. Drawbacks of business plan. Time consuming to prepare, may not always be accurate, may be useful to competitors, business plan alone won't secure finance, the concept is outdated. SWOT analysis. Strengths, internal. Things a business is good at, source of advantage. Weaknesses, internal. Things the business lacks or does poorly, factors that place a business at a disadvantage. Opportunities, external. Feature an external environment which creates positive potential. Threats, external. External development that may hinder the business. Advantages of SWOT analysis. Simple results can be communicated easily and effectively, facilitates an understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of an organization, can enable an organization to anticipate future threats and can take action, can enable an organization to spot opportunities and fully exploit them, encourages development of strategic thinking. Disadvantages of SWOT analysis. Too simple and concise. To be effective, the process must be undergone regularly. Most reviews, different people being involved, each having different perspectives and objectives. Access to quality internal data sources can be time consuming. Changing and evolving markets, risk of capturing too much data, which can slow down communication. Pestle analysis. Political, economic, sociological, technological, legal, environmental. Advantages of Pestle. Simple framework, easy to communicate with stakeholders, facilitates an understanding of the wider business environment, encourages the development of external and strategic thinking, enables organization to anticipate future threats, enables an organization to spot opportunities and exploit them. Disadvantages of Pestle. Can be oversimplified, leading to poor decisions based on scant data, needs to be undertaken regularly basis, and is time consuming. Best reviews require different people being involved. Access to quality extended data is time consuming. Risk of capturing too much data, leading to slower decision making. Ansoff's matrix. Market penetration, market development, product development and diversification. Market penetration aims to maintain or increase market share of current products, secure dominance of growing markets, drive out competitors in a mature market, increase usage by existing customers. Market development aims to achieve new geographical markets, new product dimensions or packaging, new distribution channels, different pricing policies to attract different customers. Product development. Business aims to introduce new products into existing market, diversification, business markets, new products into new markets. Benefits of Ansoff matrix. Provides simple analysis, indicates the likely outcome of how a product will behave, can be used alongside business plan, allows management to weigh up likely risks. Drawbacks of Ansoff matrix. Too simplistic and can be biased, focuses on market potential rather than resources required to support each strategy, doesn't guarantee success, should not be the only strategic tool, past business experience may not relate to the future. Boston matrix. Stars, high levels of market share, growth and profits. Cash cows, high levels of market share and profit, low levels of growth. Problem children, low levels of market share, high levels of growth, may be profitable. Dogs, low levels of market share, growth and profits. Benefits of Boston matrix. Very useful for a business managing a number of products. Good starting point for the business in deciding on a strategy. Simplistic analysis of portfolio. Helps identify best time to launch new products. Cash flow position of product position with market context. Drawbacks of Boston matrix. Theoretical model. Assumes higher rates of profit equal higher market share. Higher market share is not the only side of success. Market growth may not be the only factor attractive to a business. Doesn't recognise the independent nature of support between products. Alternative business strategies. Takeovers, mergers, organic growth. Benefits of takeovers and mergers. Opportunity to expand quickly and easily, might prove to be cheaper than organic growth. Effective use of surplus cash, defend its market's position by becoming a larger business. Enter foreign markets, allows business to make use of economies of scale. Drawbacks of takeovers and mergers. May face hostile reaction to takeover, negative publicity, might not yield synergistic effects. Culture clashes between organizations, takeover and merger are expensive, may be deemed anti-competitive, doesn't guarantee against job losses. Benefits of organic growth. Cheaper option in order to achieve growth, avoids culture clashes, control the pace of expansion, avoid value-destroying acquisitions, no loss of control. Drawbacks of organic growth. Not always guarantee success at a slower rate. Less economies of scale that larger businesses may take longer to achieve objectives. Sources of finance. Short term, day-to-day running of the business, period of up to 3 years. Medium term, expansion plus equipment between 3 and 10 years. Long term growth, excess of 10 years. Factors affecting a business choice of finance. Quantitative factors, such as existing levels of debt. Qualitative factors, such as the amount of control desired, length of time involved, legal structure of the business, external factors, and security. Porter's generic strategy. How a business can gain a competitive edge. Cost leadership. Objective is to become the lowest cost producer in the industry. Attributes of a cost leader: high levels of productivity, effective use of technology, access to effective distribution channels, lean production, no unique selling point. Cost focus seeks a lower cost advantage in just one or small number of market segments. Attributes of cost focus: need to benefit from EOS, high levels of productivity, lean production methods, quality is not as high, spend a lot on advertising. Differentiation leadership. Business targets much larger markets and achieves competitive advantage through high added value. Attributes of differentiation leader: superior product quality, branding, high customer loyalty, constant advertising, premium prices. Differentiation focus: niche marketing strategy. Business aims to differentiate with just one or a small number of markets. Attributes of differentiation focus: higher quality, specialist/exclusive, premium prices, struggle to benefit from EOS, little competition. Bowman's strategy clock. Position 1. Low price, low added value. Produce standardized products with low perceived value. Position 2. Low price, cost leader. Charges lowest possible price for products, minimal profits margins. Position 3. Hybrid. Some elements of low price but also some differentiation. Position 4. Differentiation. Differentiation leader. Highest levels of perceived added value. Position 5. Focused differentiation. Products are considered designer, high prices, high perceived value. Position 6. Risky high margins. Increased price of products without any change to the product it sells. Position 7. Monopoly pricing. Only our company offers a good or of service can set whatever price they wish. Position 8. Loss of market share. Low value products charging standard prices. Kaplan and Norton's Balanced Scorecard provides management with instruments to navigate future competitive success. Financial perspective, customer perspective, internal business processes, learning and growth. Aspects of business activity included in each of the elements. Finance, sources and cost, investment through product development, internal business processes, processes involved in delivering to customers. Customers, quality, cost, market research, future trends, learning and growth, data collection, management and interpretation. Factors influencing successful implementation: communication, teamwork, commitment. Advantages of Balanced Scorecard: provides a more realistic overview of performance, ensures management prioritize activities that contribute to success, forces managers to create a specific focus for their business, helps to grow the business by improving performance in 4 areas, ensures input of employees contributes to success of the business, reduces waste, disadvantages a balanced scorecard. Cannot go into detail on the aims and objectives, mainly focused on internal aspects of the business. Doesn't go into detail about how aims are being followed up, long-term project, vague and unidentified, leading to confusion, only efficient if reviewed regularly. Triple bottom line. Planet, profit, people. Benefits of triple bottom line. Encourages businesses to think beyond measures of performance. Encourages corporate social responsibility. Supports measurement of environmental impact and extent of sustainability. Increased brand image. Better decisions. Quality increased. Drawbacks of triple bottom line. Not useful as an overall measure of performance. Hard to measure people and planet. No regular and requirement to report it. Mistakes damage rep. Cannot benchmark. Harder to coordinate. KPIs, key performance indicators. To be effective must be well defined and quantifiable, communicated throughout the business, crucial to achieve your goal, applicable to your line of the business. Decision tree analysis. Benefits of decision tree analysis. Time efficient, enables informed decisions, enables the risk of options to be addressed, effective in situations represented by past events, provides realistic estimates of financial terms. Drawbacks of decision trees. Limited to the extent of which they account for uncertainty in external environment. Based on estimated data only. Past experiences don't actually predict the future. Limited to quantitative information only. Contingency planning and crisis management. Reasons for contingency planning. Financial, production oriented, human resource oriented, environmental, corporate, legal. Benefits of contingency planning. Forces management to consider alternative courses of action, provides the management team alternative methods of achieving key business objectives, facilitates the business decision-making processes, and enables management to negotiate the optional deal in interests of the business. Without it, a business may not be able to survive an unforeseen crisis. Drawbacks of contingency planning. Financial costs of facilitating the plans. Opportunity costs of resources tied up could be used to generate profits. Time spent planning. Managing a crisis. A crisis is an unexpected event that threatens the well-being of a company. Natural disaster, industrial accident, product or service failure, public relations, business and management, legal, terrorism, war, conflict. Further examples of crises. Areas to concentrate on when managing a crisis. Marketing, finance, operations, communication. Users of financial information. Business Studies 1D, Part 1. Users of financial information. Management, employees, owners, investors, suppliers, customers, inland revenue and command excise, competitors, registrar of companies. Depreciation, measure of the consumption of reduction and the useful economic life of a fixed asset. Appreciation, rise in value of an asset over time. Cash flow is all the money flowing into and out of a business. Profit is all transactions that will lead to cash going in or out of the business. Why might a business have poor cash flow? May sell on credit, not have actual cash, poor communication, poor planning. How a business could improve cash flow. only selling credit short term, better planning, agree better trade credit agreements, find a new supplier, reduce number of staff. Financial statements, documents which summarise the financial position of a business entity. Purpose of financial statement summarises the financial position of a business in terms of its assets, liabilities and profits. It can be used to assist a review of financial performance of the business. Gross profit, measure of the difference between turnover and the cost of manufacturing or purchasing the products. Net profit, subtracting expenses and overheads from gross profit. Trading account, amount of revenue earned after the cost of the goods sold has been subtracted, calculates gross profit. Profit loss account, sets out net profit or net loss. Gross profit is needed to calculate the net profit. Appropriation account, records the uses of net profit after taxation. Why does a statement of financial position always balance? What business owns and owes has to balance. If not, business is overvalued or stolen from. Total assets always equals total liabilities plus equity. Assets, item of value held by the business that is likely to generate future income. Non-current assets, business expects to retain ownership of a period of at least 1 year. Current assets, business expects to turn into cash within 1 year. Inventories, goods purchased for resale but remain unsold for at the end of the year. Trade receivables, monies owed from customers to business. Liability, a debt that may have to be paid within 12 months, after 12 months, or at no specific time. Non-current liabilities, debts due for payment beyond a 1 year period. Current liabilities, liabilities to be paid within a 1 year period. Trade payables, money that is owed for business to supplier. Equity, value of funds within the business. Equity capital, share capital. Usefulness of published accounts, compare performance against set targets, evaluate how well management has carried out its function. Compare performance with previous years, attract potential investments, showcase good performance and ability to meet interest payments. Only concentrates on qualitative issues, may be limited in assessing performance. May be difficult to compare to rivals, each company adopts a differing accounting policies. Not available till months after the accounting year, often lacking in relevance. Ability to interpret financial data may be limited and so informed decisions cannot be made. Business Studies 1D Part 2. Internal stakeholders, managers, owners, investors, employees. External stakeholders, potential investors, suppliers, government, financial institutions. Performance ratios, ROCE, percentage of the total amount of money used to generate it. Gross profit margins, percentage of sales revenue, which is gross profit. Net profit margin, percentage of sales revenue, which is net profit. Liquidity ratios, profit provide an indicator of the solvency of the business. Gearing ratio, proportion of capital employed that is provided by long-term loaders. Return on equity, percentage of return a firm is able to make on its shareholder funds. Advantages of being highly geared, may allow firm to make a profitable projects, may allow the company to expand, quick and cheap form of financing projects. Disadvantages of being highly geared, may struggle to meet interest payments, may find it harder to get future loans. Advantages of being low geared, changes in interest rates, especially upward trends, have lower effect on the firm, less risk of liquidation occurring, reduced interest payments. Disadvantage of being low geared, firm is expected to make regular dividend payments. Higher ratios shareholder funds will mean that the company will now be owed by its shareholders more relatively. Ratio analysis advantages. Enables financial comparisons to be undertaken over time, comparisons between businesses, assists a user of financial statements to understand the financial position, can be used to identify strengths and weaknesses within a business, can be used to identify and explain trends in relation to specific areas, easy to understand information about investment. Accounting ratios can be used as a monitor to exchange managers. Disadvantages of ratio analysis. Only as accurate as the underlying financial statements, results only expressed in numerical terms, only provide a snapshot view of financial performance. Ratios are based off past performance. Different companies have different accounting policies. Different countries have different rules. Financial ratios ignore other objectives of the business. Needs a business that is comparable. Investment appraisal. The process of analysing financial merits of a possible future investment.